Well, Adam, how is the mood in the camp following Saturday's win?
Yeah, really good. 3 points on the board, up and running. Couldn't have asked for much more, to be honest with you.
Since then, yourself and Paul have brought in a new player, Ryan Tafazolli. He's a bit of an unknown. Tell us about him.
Yeah, we brought in Ryan. He's from Southampton. He's been with Oxford all pre-season, and I think they really wanted to sign him, but I think for a couple of issues down there they couldn't do so. So we nipped in and kind of brought him in.
What have you seen in him?
Well, obviously when you do see him, he gives us a big presence. He's 6'5". I think the way we play and our style and our blueprint, we need a bit of size, and maybe we're lacking a bit of height in certain areas. So he'll bring us that. He likes to defend, he likes to go and win his headers, and he's got a great left foot. So he'll bring a lot to our package.
Does he just play at centre half then?
Yeah.
There's a lot of defenders now in there. How difficult is it to manage all of those players to keep them all happy?
Well, they're playing football for a living, so it shouldn't be that hard. But I've always said the same, Steve-o, in every side that I've gone and won something with, and I have won promotions, the squad has been big enough to challenge every single day, and we've got competition for places. If people don't step up to the plate, if people don't do what's asked of them, they won't be involved. It's that simple. We've got a big squad for a reason. It's a long season, and there's going to be a number of situations we need to cover. At times it will be horses for courses, but the squad's there to challenge each other and to keep everybody on the toes. The one thing we can't have, which I think some periods last year the team picked itself, and there weren't that much competition to push people, and people, it's human nature, people slip into comfort zones. So the squad's there for a reason, and everyone has to be at their best to get into the side.
One of the reasons that the size of the squad is as it is because of the setup of the reserves. That starts soon. What are you hoping to gain from that?
I think it's going to be a brilliant weapon, to be honest with you. Obviously we've got the youth team as well, but I think the main focus for the reserves will be obviously give lads that are not playing minutes on the pitch, keep people's fitness and people who come back from injury, but also to make sure that when people do come into the first team, they're on the same wavelength that the first team players are on. Because like I say, we've got a blueprint of how we go about things. If people are not in that kind of 11 or that 16, and then all of a sudden they've been brought in, if they're not on the same page, they get caught out, which is not good for them and it's not good for us. So it'll run a number of purposes, but I think it's a good thing we've got it up and running.
Okay, moving on. Let's talk about Ross Dyer. What's the latest?
It's not good for Roscoe. He's done his cruciate ligament, which it's going to be a long one. Maybe he'll be lucky if he gets back for the season. So we're gutted for Ross, and we've got to stick by him now and make sure he gets the best treatment. We get him fit as quick as we can. Obviously the people would have seen it. It was a weird one, and it kind of threw him up in the air. But Ross is gutted, as you would be. But like I say, we've got to stick by him and make sure that he gets the best care he can.
So, firstly, in layman's terms, what exactly has he done?
He's got a tear in his ligament in his knee, which I think is like, I'm no physio, but I think it's one of your major ligaments there. So it's a long kind of process to get fit again. But these days, the way things are, it's you're in, you're out, and then it's the rehab that's kind of the long haul. But
at the moment, yourself and the management team are not expecting him to play any part in this season?
Best case scenario, I think, is probably 7 months, which then he's got to get his fitness. So, I mean, if we can get him back fitter than that, and he's a young lad, he's a strong lad, that'd be fantastic.
Let's talk about Paul Cox, the manager. Not often that he misses press twice in a row. How is he?
Yeah, he's good. He's obviously he's happy we got 3 points on Saturday. I think he was a little bit upset, to be honest with you, that there was a minority of people on Saturday that kind of questioned his decisions after 2 games of football. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, I think he believes, and I believe that he's kind of earned that little bit of grace to have people have a bit of trust in him, of how he's gone about things at this football club, and if we're honest, he's put them back on the map. So I think he's a little bit upset about that, but he's a big man. He'll get on with it, and he's focusing on getting us another result Saturday.
Well, speaking about Saturday, Hyde come to the One Call Stadium. You've already seen them this season. What are you expecting?
They're a decent team. They try and play football, and they try and get it down and play. They've got some good individual players, and they work hard. So it'll be another tough game. They obviously know what they need to do in this league to put points on the board, and they were unlucky on Friday against Luton not to pick up a win, or maybe scraped a point right at the end. But we know what we've got to do. Like I say, we've got our blueprint, and we'll stick to that. We've got to go and get another 3 points.
Thanks, Adam.
No problem.
Yeah. Obviously, just going back to Saturday, it was important to sort of stop that little mini rot, or whatever you want to call it, and as you said, get some foundations together.
Yeah, it makes me laugh. I mean, people call it a mini rot, and we played, what was it? Well, it was 2 games of football before Saturday, and I don't know, I find it quite amusing, but yeah, it was good to get the points on the board. That was the main thing. We had to get back to what we were about, and that's why there were certain selections made for Saturday. Like I say, at times this season it will be horses for courses. We will pick a team that we want to do a certain job, and we want certain individuals to do certain things, and at the end of the day we picked a team on Saturday to do that, and it did that. That's what we're there to kind of do.